I'm going to talk to you today about Argentina, my very favorite place, probably in the entire world. If you've been to Argentina, you know exactly why I'm saying that. Argentina has so much to offer that my prediction is that this becomes a real hotspot. Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, he's done something really extraordinary. This guy came in and educated an entire generation or more of people on how the government actually works to screw you out of your productive labor. Milei taught people Austrian economics. He taught people what was really happening and how the monetary system works, and like, no, this is what causes inflation. These are the people who have been doing this to you, and this is what we're going to put a stop to. He explained to generations of young Argentines in particular who really understood, maybe for the first time ever, how the whole game is rigged against them. Several months into his tenure, Argentina has already turned out hundreds of millions of dollars in surplus, which doesn't sound like much to you and me, but for a country that was just drowning debt and financial problems and graft and corruption and all the rest, it's obviously made a big impact. In spite of all the problems that have plagued Argentina for the last at least 40 or 50 years, nonetheless, the place is unbelievably pleasant to live. It's so delightful, you almost can't imagine a better lifestyle. If you have the means and you have the resources to move to a place like Argentina, you're going to be very well treated. There's ways to get around most of the really insane regulations and capital controls and all the rest. There's still food, there's still plenty of good times to be had. We had 12 people come for our wedding ceremony in Buenos Aires. The bill was something like $240 for 12 people with steak and wine and 5-6 course meal. When I say the lifestyle is cheap, I mean it's another level kind of cheap. People are lovely. The people are maybe some of the most lighthearted of any people that you'll find anywhere in the world. Now, as I'm recording this, there's a big oil field, Vaca Muerta it's called, and so big money is flowing into Argentina to develop natural resources, everything from oil to natural gas. Agriculture is the big one coming out of Argentina. Milei has gotten rid of tariffs completely. They're zero. They don't exist anymore. And no additional costs burdening agricultural producers. So this is high times in Argentina for a country with as much natural wealth as it possesses and a population that's also now hungry for the prosperity that they've missed for decades and decades, now finally seeing the opportunity to make their lives better and keep a little bit of what they produce instead of having it all inflated away, as has been the case in Argentina. It's a tremendous opportunity that's taking shape. Cover also the residency situation in Argentina. It's one of the most generous residency programs in the world. If you want to get residency in Argentina, you have to show proof of 5 times the average wage in Argentina, which at the time of this recording means you got to show that you're making at least $2,000 a month. The other way to qualify for a residency permit is to put $24,000 into an Argentine bank. Do I recommend this? Well, it's an Argentine bank. You can take it out once the residency process is over, but why put money in an Argentine institution at all if you don't have to do that? I'm told that it's safe, but you don't know, so why risk it? A temporary residency allows you to qualify for permanent residency. Now, the interesting thing about permanent residency in Argentina is you kind of don't want it. And the reason you don't want it is that you'll end up being taxed as an Argentine, as a permanent resident, if you are in the country over 3 months. Well, the rules and the law stipulates that if you do become a resident and want to maintain your residency status, you have to be there a certain amount of time. For example, if you're a temporary resident, you have to be in Argentina 6 months per year. If you go on and choose to get permanent residency and you're in the country more than 3 months, you may be taxed as an Argentine. So now any revenue that you make in Argentina is now subject to Argentine tax. There's no reason to put yourself in that position because you don't need to go through permanent residency in order to apply for an Argentine citizenship and passport. After 2 years of any residency, temporary or permanent, you can apply for an Argentine passport or apply for naturalization, which would allow you to obtain your Argentine passport and citizenship. This is a marvelous part of the world in an upswing. The lifestyle is just magnificent. People are wonderful. It's the least woke, cleanest place left in the world. Buenos Aires is referred to as the Paris of the South, and with good reason, but what you get in Buenos Aires is not what you're getting in Paris right now. Immigrants and garbage and filth and waste and danger and all the rest. Argentina is still super pleasant, and it's a massive country, Argentina. The second biggest city, Cordoba, is probably half the price of living in Buenos Aires, so you can still live in a big city, but cheap. They have desert and wine country up in the north. They have Patagonia and the mountains on the border with Chile, beaches on the east coast, enormous grasslands and open area for productive farmland. And so there's a lot of reasons to look at Argentina. More and more people every day are talking about, how would I set myself up with a plan B, and what really do I need to do to internationalize myself? I'll tell you one thing that you don't need to do, which is hire somebody and pay them $25 to $50 to $100,000 to $150,000 just to be part of their fan club. The truth is, internationalizing your life and getting yourself set up just isn't that difficult. If you've been through this process before, like I have and that I've helped other people do, you come to realize it's really very simple. There's only a few things you need to know and only a few steps you need to take. And if you want just a simple way to understand what a good, well thought out plan B really looks like, I put a free link below this video. It's called the Bulletproof Plan B. Check it out. Thanks very much. Remember, your freedom begins when you realize nobody's coming to save you. Thanks. I'll talk to you again in another video.